to Ru Guru, so then us, rescue us, like you, us then help us. We recalling our practice during the lifetime. What we practice that we can recall again in the Pardo. So that is the outer level, right? Then inner level is followed by recognize whatever appearance arise is recognized Yadam deity. So then also in the Pardo, we recognize our inner reading ground dharmakaya. So that is a secret level. Vajrayana, this Mahamudra. See, this all followed by three different levels. Practices that also come have us in the Pardo. So when we have that Pardo, that time, our nature is arise. If you recognize that, you can liberate in the right way. That means that is like secret level, highest level, secret Mahamudra level, right? That's the reason we practice Mahamudra in this during the lifetime. And then we practice Yadam deity. So in the Pardo, we have the Pardo of reality. That time then arise these peaceful deities, wrathful deities. If we recognize, we can liberate in the Yadam deity. Liberate to the Sambhonakaya. So that is the inner level practice. Then outer level, when we die, we recognize what we practice. So we recognize, and we are in the Pardo. And we record our practice with supplication to our Ru Guru. So that is outer level practice. If we can use this outer inner secret, this all practices in the Pardo. So this all practices actually help for us in the Pardo. Of course, in this life also remove our emotions. If we remove our emotions, then we have a more peaceful. We have a more, have a more compassion and joy. We can benefit more other beings. We can purify our karma. Less karma, then in the Pardo, we are very easy to liberate. So that's we already talked the last the 3 weeks already. So also more coming teaching in this Saturday, Sunday about the Pardo. So now here, so then talk about the 3 roots: Lama, the Lama, the Yadam, and the Dakini. The first the Lama is referred to one's root Lama. Lama means root teacher, who's exceedingly precious as one. So we call precious teacher. Why is this teacher is precious? Our root Lama has shown us extremely great kindness, even greater kindness than that of the Buddha. So Buddha, of course, has kindness is for all other beings. But when Buddha come to in the world, that time we are not liberated. We didn't meet Buddha. Unfortunately, we didn't meet Buddha, and we are still stuck in samsara. So now we have opportunity to meet our root gurus. So root gurus share us teaching. So that's the reason the even greater kindness that of the Buddha means like individually, specifically, the root guru is kind for us. That's the reason, even greater kindness than that of the Buddha. So that's referred to like that way. Not the compassion is more better than Buddha, not like that. But for our, look to ourselves, and the Buddha went to in this world, but we didn't meet that time. So we didn't receive directly teaching from Buddha. So now we receive teaching directly from our Ru Guru. So that the reason the Ru Guru is a greater kindness than at the Buddha. Because the Buddha passed into Nirvana, we don't have the fortune to meet with him face to face. But we are able to meet with our spiritual teachers and our Ru Lama. So now we have a opportunity to meet the Ru Lama. It's the Ru Lama who conveys all of the meaning of the Buddha's speech to us, and especially in the context of sacred mantra. It's the Lama who bestow empowerment upon us, giving us transmissions and explains Tantra and reverse the extraordinary path instructions. So Ru Guru giving all these teachings, and also the methods of sacred mantra are extraordinary performed because it is through receiving empowerment and explanation of the scriptures and through receiving the extraordinary fit instructions that we are able to give rise to authentic realization in our mind stream. Thus, it is due to the kindness of the Ru Lama. So the Ru Lama, so that means like we receiving the Buddha's teaching and empowerment, transformations, and we use that practicing, and we get, quality, our quality. We purify our karma. So then that's you when we recognize. So then you see, oh, that is my Ru Guru. We recognize. The Ru Guru also is individual has different connections, not always the same. This is kind of like unpredictable too. Sometimes like some students stay with the teachers, the teaching giving all the time, one lifetime still cannot be Ru Guru, kind of like Dharma friend. And sometimes like just Ru Guru means like you see like one time only they give you some short instructions, then you recognize, oh, this is my Ru Guru. So like that kind of happenings, many people too. Sometimes Ru Guru means like we never see somebody. When you hear that person's name, you read the biography or something, you have a strong connection arise. When you meditate, that person's like easily visualize. You can feel that person's remove our obscurations and like connect with meditation. When we have difficulty, so always that person's appear to our mind. So that kind of also happening. Even you never meet someone, but you read the biography and you have strong connection, devotion. You know, then when you think about that teacher, it's you have great feeling arise, good devotion arise. So that's also where to like connections to the Ru Guru too. That's sometimes you never meet someone can be Ru Guru too. So that's also sometimes people have like that. That is a very few, you know. Then the Ru Guru, traditionally, Ru Guru means who introduce on our natural mind. So that is referred to the Ru Guru. Someone like giving us teaching, not just basic teachings, generally teachings. Usually who give basic teaching, generally teaching. That is called our, kindness teacher, special teacher. Then Ru Guru means like who really show us our natural mind. So that's the people recognize, oh, it's my Ru Guru. So who show the natural mind also many different ways, not always the same. So that cannot be same always. All has a different method, a different kind of method that recognize. Sometimes the teachers always share the teaching. We recognize our natural mind. Sometimes they're not really giving teachings, but they're just maybe yelling to us or say harsh word something. You recognize your mind. Many different happening depending, connections. Don't know. So Telopa kicked the Naropa his shoes, his head. So he realized that Naropa recognized. See, that's where also become, the student realize the natural mind. Of course, Naropa has a very strong devotion to Telopa, and he followed Telopa many monthly. Telopa give him so many difficulties and hardship for Naropa, but Naropa never give up. He giving many teachings. Then finally, just the the talk about the story. Naropa kicked his shoes. No, Telopa kicked the shoes to the Naropa's head. So then Naropa become realized, recognize all the natural mind. He's become realized Mahamudra. So like that kind of happening, okay? Don't hate, okay? Vajra family each other. that's a that's just an example only. Never happen right now. If also you hate somebody, like you wanted to do like that, never happen. So that have to I expect you cannot have expectation. You know, have someone has special method also. Then also the follows the teaching. Telopa he gives so much hardship for Naropa first. Then Naropa purify karma. Then the shoes is only just a method wake up. But he also cannot do that right away there. That's why he gives so much hardship for Naropa. Telopa give it to very many different ways hardship for Naropa purify karma. Then last minute he just knows the karma is gone, easily introduce natural mind, then use method is shoes hit to the head. That's it. Yeah. So if he can do that, then he don't have to give a hardship for Naropa when first time meet. Then he can hit that, right? He didn't hit that. So first he gives so many hardship for Naropa, purify Naropa's karma. So that's kind of the special method. Then of course some teachers like just give a lot of hardship, purify student karma. Sometimes like teachers don't do that. So many different kind of the different situations. You just follow different teachers' story. The giving teachings how to take a student all has a different method. They're not mostly no same using or have different method. So that's the reason everyone is become very special teachers. So then all that student recognize that as a real guru. Yeah. So that's why so many different ways recognize real guru. Okay. So then sometimes some people don't recognize real guru and the real guru is the living term. So then the teacher is a path where then slowly they recognize, oh, this is my real guru. Sometimes the people, teachers giving teachings, students don't recognize this is my real guru, but of course they recognize teacher. And then they practice dharma. Then when the student practice dharma, then realize mind, oh yeah, that's his teacher is all give for me these things. So now he is my real guru. So like that way they recognize different ways. It's great. It's a real guru is who has, of course, realization. Then when you meditate, you visualize that teacher. It comes in the mind. It's different. So usually, when we meditate, we always visualize Ru Guru first, supplication, Ru Guru, visualize, and then go into the meditate. So then also in the meditation, sometimes you have a kind of like, more thoughts, minds not into the meditation, have obscurations. Then also you visualize again Ru Guru, and we do some prayers, supplication to Ru Guru, and then go back into the meditation. So that's the good way to practice, especially when you meditate Mahamudra. Always you have to thank first Guru, Yadam deity and the Ru Guru, and then go into the Mahamudra meditation. When you finish, you do dedication. So that's kind, we have to follow the practice that way. The Lama who possessed the lineage of the Buddha, so the unbroken continuity of the lineage from the time of the Buddha to the present rule Lama remains intact through the kindness of the rule Lama. So here is just sharing is followed by the this teaching. Generally sharing the how to you recognize the rule teacher, but this is not always follow like that. Okay, individual has different connections. So this is only generally follow teaching. Same is the Pardo teaching. We talk about Pardo. The Pardo what appearance arise. That's all is generally, but individual has different experience. We don't know that. So this right now in this teaching also just sharing which kind of rule guru talk about rule guru. It's only generally. But then go back to individually, of course, they have different experience, not always like that happening, whatever he says. So rule guru means not really sometimes have to be like monks or spiritual someone. Sometimes you can have rule guru is in the lab people, someone in there. Sometimes we don't recognize some it's practitioner, but it can be rule gurus. So many different ways to recognize. So that is always unpredictable. That we can also receive the transmission of the lineages. Another way the Ru Lama expresses his extraordinary great kindness. It is also due to the Lama's kindness that we have entered the path of sublime Dharma in the first place. And our progress along the completely perfect path depends upon the kindness of the teacher. Because it shows us what to adopt and what to discard, it is by following these instructions that we can progress further along the path and develop in qualities and realization to a greater degree until we eventually reach the state of liberation and enlightenment. To attain the state of liberation and completely omniscience, we need to be guided in a way that is completely appropriate for us as individuals in a way that suits our dispositions. Through his great kindness, the Ru Lama can see what methods are appropriate and accord with the disposition of each student. So that section is usually in the we follow the Buddhist cultural traditions. Student also have a long time to stay with always teacher. Teacher also have time to share the teachings. Then the teacher guide one by one. They don't give the teaching is the right way what they want. Only teacher give the student what they need. What they need, and follow that way to guide. So then also let them take time. You know, put more effort and practice more patience. So guide like taking one by one step and a step. So follow that is just generally Buddhist and culture and traditionally that's like that way. But in this time it's not really followed like that way mostly everywhere. It's already changing. So not teachers what giving teaching for what they need. So they always say, I want this teaching. So then the teachers always give that for students. Students say, oh, I wanted this teaching. So then teachers say, okay, so you want, I give you. So they don't check they really need or not. Sometimes they don't want, upset the students. The student has more power right now. The used to teacher has more power. This time student has more power. So all teachers try to, make happy for students, and then students what they says, the teachers are giving their teachings. So then the student already spoiled. The teachers no can guide for one by one. Make same is used to where so like that. So this time, then students actually receive teachings more than before. Before they can get teachings like whatever they want, easily get. So no, it's all up to the like students, like if put practice or not. Really, that's as we can see in the right now. All the teachers go everywhere giving dharma teachings. They usually dharma centers, make the program and ask them, okay, please teach this one. So we want this teaching, right? So the teachers are giving that. Then so then like that, just follow that way, then giving so many teachings, everything, whatever they want. So we receiving teaching is more than before. Before they're teaching one, so then they let them to do that, work for that. Not easily giving others, just say, okay, do that, practice that. So have to work that. Even you receive like example like 37 practice, 37 practice. If we receive that teaching, used to, they have to start with that, meditate, contemplate, stay at the years, use that teaching. Then say, okay, next years, then they give you like another something. So that practice and practice, using that, and then going to get another one, take time, other one, kind of like uh, the graduate taking time to practice that. So this time, see, we receive so many empowerment always, right? We receive so many teachings. When I come to foreign countries, I receive more teaching, more Yidam deities practices before I was in Tibet. Yeah. So when I was in Tibet, we just follow one like kind of something and receive teaching, Yidam deity, and just then stick with that. There we know so many there, but we don't ask like, oh, I want this, I want this. So when they're one day ready, then they say, oh, they're going to give you that. Sometimes like supplication teacher, so then they're thinking about that and they're giving sometimes. It's take time. Here is we can practice so many different deities. So same is right now is we are in the going to the flower garden. You pick up white flower, you can pick up red flowers, yellow flowers, or which color you want. You pick up so many different color for flowers. You can have many different kind of flowers. So like that, right now we already in there, okay? So then what we need, we have to take care of our flowers. We already get flowers, we have to take care of flowers, right? So think like that way, we have to do. Mm. So now the root guru is like that, I just shared, is you can recognize many different ways, not always the same. The of course you can have many different rule gurus. Rule guru means not only one, so you can have many rule gurus. And then the most important one is when you meditate, that really come into your mind and visualize that often. It's like you can feel it's really that helpful for your mind. When you have emotions, that rule guru is able to, you can visualize and thank that. And then when you thank this rule guru, so then you really wanted to meditate and going into the meditation. So that's the most important one. That is like could be is who has more realization. So who has our rule guru realization? So you think that, and then when you have unhappy feeling, came to your release. When you have any difficulty time, you can thank that teacher's effort to you. When you wanted to do something, it's like always effort to, especially when you meditate that first we visualize that and thank that, meditate. Then, Ru Guru is like visualize your mind, visualize that teacher, and then your mind seeing that teacher, Ru Guru. So then slowly the Ru Guru and you recognize your mind is inseparable. Then into the, nature mind, meditate, go into the Mahamudra. So that's the usually when you meditate in Mahamudra, we have follow like that way. Not go just directly, okay, I'm going into the Mahamudra, low into the mind. If you follow that way, then have obscurations sometimes. Also, sometimes we have a karma, and the karma, you know, uh, is not we don't have the accumulation merit. If we don't have enough accumulation merit. If you go like that way, then you get more obscurations because you directly go into the meditate Mahamudra. At least before go to Mahamudra meditation, you have to change your mindset, mind generate, cultivate bodhicitta, and then visualize the Guru Yadam deity. So then into meditation, it's more meaning, more powerful. Uh, so even you short meditations, always think like Guru and then into meditation. So you can do that often, and one day then your mind's already used to when you into your mind naturally. Guru is kind of like effort to your mind. Then you can into the meditation. So we have to practice that. The second of the three roots is the Yadam deity. So this is the Yadam deity. The Yadam is a deity of promoter wisdom that is worth of reliance. Yadam deity is Buddha. Just in other words, we to say Buddha. So other ways you can say Yadam deity. So why we call the Yadam deity means like it's Vajrayana word. The Yadam is like usually we don't use the Sutra and the Mahayana Sutra tradition and Hinayana tradition. We don't use the Yadam deity. We just use the Bodhisattva and Buddha. So Yadam deity, the word is come from Vajrayana. The Yadam means like our always mind be with that, So follow that. That is called Yadam. The word meaning is Yadam means. You always think that, visualize, meditate, and your mind is always be with that. That is called Yadam deity. So then we have so many Buddhas. So which Buddha your mind is connect with that? Your mind is be with that more. So that is our Yadam deity. The Yadam is ability of promote or wisdom is worth of reliance. When we practice the Yadam deity, we connect with the innate purity. See, innate purity means like mind connecting with the Yadam deity. The quality of enlightened mind. Because the pure manifestation of the Yadam deity embody all the quality of a Buddhahood. So Yadam has all these Buddha's qualities. And then also when you meditate, like ultra level form is Yadam deity, inner essence is Ru Guru. So then Yadam deity, Ru Guru, inseparable. You can meditate like that way. So here is the Yadam means like embodies all the quality of Buddhahood. There are many different deities who are emanation of Buddhahood. So all is emanations, Buddha's emanations. They are all Namanakaya emanations of the completely perfect state of enlightenment. So the emanation has different kind of emanations, Namanakaya emanations, Sambhogakaya emanations. So actually, the both are same emanation, Namanakaya, Sambhogakaya, both are emanations. But our perception, regular beings' perception is only Namanakaya. High realizers' perception is the Sambhogakaya. So that is even one Buddha we seeing different. Regular beings only see the Namanakaya, and then first level for me Bodhisattvas, the who has a higher level, they see the Sambhogakaya. So actually one Buddha is we see the different Sambhogakaya, Namanakaya. So thing about Buddha Shakyamuni, we see the Buddha Shakyamuni is called Namanakaya, ordinary person, like not ordinary, but kind of ordinary person come to India, he meditate, practice, purify karma, he become enlightened, he giving teachings. So everyone can see him, everyone can receive teaching from during that time who want to receive teachings. So that is Namanakaya, Buddha. Then of course they have a Minjoshiri, Chinrez, many Bodhisattvas. They see him as a Sambhogakaya. They don't see the just Buddha Shakyamuni is like what regular people seeing. So that's the reason the thing about Heart Sutra, when Buddha Shakyamuni give Heart Sutra in the virtual prayer, so he give that teaching is not just normal people. He giving that teaching is for high realizers. And at that time is like say Avalokita Shora. Chinrezig is disabled. So he and Shariputra ask question, Chinrezig give answers like they talk together. Actually the Buddha blessing for them. These teachings arise. And then so Chinrezig that all others the who has realized their higher level practitioner or the seeing the Buddha is the Sambhogakaya, not just like regular, like people seeing. So in the virtual page, when Buddha give that time, is like so many beings. There's in the talk about the teaching. There's so many different kind of beings that they receive that teaching. That people mostly that students seeing Buddha is a Sambhogakaya. And then actually Buddha Shakyamuni, this Sambhogakaya, Namanakaya, both is a manifestation. Where does it come from? This both is come from Dharmakaya. Then Buddha Shakyamuni, his own realization is Dharmakaya. Own realization is Dharmakaya. And then that is the being benefit for beings, then this beings has the different levels. Higher level is Sambhogakaya, and the Buddha taught all this, Vajrayana teachings, higher level teaching. Just regular people see Buddha is as just special person, but Namanakaya form. Then he giving just all these basic teachings for regular beings. So that's where we have to understand that the Buddha means Namanakaya means like only our perception is Namanakaya, emanation of a completely perfect state of enlightenment. So even the Buddha Avalokiteshvara come to the our perception is maybe equal to regular beings. So we don't see the Sambhogakaya ornament, what in the Tanga and the statue has like that. Because that is like Sambhogakaya form is come to the Namanakaya is someone is equal to our perception. So what do we see our perception, Namanakaya form. This Munjoshiri, Chinrez, like all this Yadam date is Tara, all can come into our perception as a Namanakaya body. So Tara is maybe equal to us, could be some just we see the one female form body. we don't see the like in the Tanga has, this ornaments, everything, colors. I don't think that we can see like that way. But our perception see only Namanakaya. So that's we have to understand. And sometimes we say, oh, we see Buddha means like really same is exactly same as in the Tangas statues. What we create like that, that is a Sambhogakaya form. Sambhogakaya form is not our ability to see that. We see the Namanakaya. Namanakaya is can be appeared to like regular. So now we have some very special teachers. They have realized the teachers. There can be children, there can be Manjushri there, or it's Namanakaya emanation of the completely perfect state of enlightenment. So then, who has realized the teachers who has more realization, wisdom, then that is can be we call Manjushri emanation, who has very strong compassion, realize the teacher who has a strong compassion. That's we say, oh, that is a Chinrezek emanation. So teacher who realization, teacher who has more power, like remove obstacles, like subdue the others, have a power for something showing. So that is the Vajrapanas emanation. See, this is become who has realized. So that teacher can be most highest level three. These three, uh, qualities. This is all Buddha's qualities. Then Buddha has activity qualities. Activities can be Tara. So the sometimes we talk about 4 activities. Sometimes they talk about the 5 different ways activities. So that's all is Buddha's manifestation. So why we call Buddha's manifestation means one day you achieve that, then you can be same as that Buddha's. So then you are become, we are that Buddha's emanation. Make sense or no? Or maybe make confuse more there. So I wanted to explain more there. What I wanted to say, the main point is, so if we in this body we practice the love of compassion, we completely love compassion practice, comes strong arise compassion for other beings. Economically, immeasurable compassion arise our heart. So we already Chinrezek. We are Chinrezek emanation. Chinrezek, we are Namanakaya of Chinrezek. Because what Chinrezek means embodiment of compassion. See, that quality when we receive, when we have that quality, we are emanation of Chinrezek become. So then people say, oh, Kempo Sandro is Chinrezek. It's okay to say at that time. When I have immeasurable compassion arise in my heart, I have that quality. I'm already Chinrezek, okay? When I have knowledge, wisdom, completely wisdom arise, true omniscience arise in my mind, I have. That time then people can say, okay, he's Manjushri. I can be Manjushri. So when I have power to like benefit others, of course I have to quality, compassion, wisdom, same time more have quality for subdue others, remove obscuration other beings. So then have more power. That time I can say an emanation of Vajrapane. So that's where we can be all these Buddhas. So this quality, we can arise our mind because our mind is Buddha. So then we can be either one, this Yidam deities, Vajrapane, Manjushri, or Chinrezek, or you have more activity for benefiting others, then we can say, oh, I'm Tara, So like that way. have to understand. So Namanakaya means like benefiting Yadam deities. So all this right now, this manifestation come to the Namanakaya emanation of the completely perfect state of enlightenment. There are peaceful deity and wrathful deities. One may practice Tara or Chinreze or another deity as one Yadam deity. In the tradition of a sacred mantra, there are many people who devoted their entire life to the practice of the deity, and through spending their whole life practice the Yadam, they attain the common and uncommon siddhas. Also, there are many who through practice just as the deity truly is, with the completely perfect view and without error, actually transform into the deity. The essence of the practitioner really becomes the completely perfect essence of the Yadam deity. So that's the Yadam deity. We practice, then we have become completing that. So that's the time is we have become Yadam deity. So many teachers practice Yadam deity, they complete that. Example, the Marpa Lota, he completely practice Yadam deity. He use practice Yadam deity. He completely Yadam deity. Then when he do the rituals, Yadam deity rituals, so some his student can see him is the inseparable with the Yadam deity. His form is like just transformed to the Yadam deity, instantly like this. See, like this, like my hand is moving here, it's like become kind of like something different arise, right? Transforming. See, like this way, dissolving in there. The right way instantly change it to the Yadam deity. So I cannot see the Mary, sometimes she shows something like, oh, she is there. So it's Yadam deity is like, sometimes very nice to show this emanation. Change to instantly transforms. So Mapalosa, when he give empowerment, which Yadams he give empowerment, he transform to in that one. Because he already completely practiced Yadam deities. He's inseparable with the Yadam deity. So in here, see, some practitioners whole life practice Yadam, and then they become inseparable with the Yadam deity. Think that then in the Pardo, whatever appears is become that Yadam. You receive that Yadam deity and become inseparable with the Yadam deity to enlightenment. Yeah. So that's the second section. Now is the third one. The third rule is the Dakini or Khandro in Tibetan, who through the power of meditative absorption and miraculous manifestations can travel through space unimpeded. There are three types of Dakini. They are those that are completely enlightened Buddha Dakini, Dakini of promoter wisdom, those that are noble beings who, although they have not yet reached the stage of complete unsurpassed enlightenment, are at very advanced stages of the path, and those that possess marks and signs. Wisdom Dakini, such as Vajra Yogini and the Naro Kachuma, two aspects of Vajra Yogini, are fully enlightened Buddha and the Yadam deities. So this Dakini, of course, like higher level Dakini is Buddha, is Tara, Achi, Vajra Yogini, all these female Buddhas, they are all is Buddha Dakinis. Virahe and Narokachuma instance belong to the category of highest yoga tantra, and within the three class of highest yoga, father, mother, and nodal tantra, they belong to the mother tantra. When a practitioner or yoga practice the deity while taking refuge in the Dakini, then the fully enlightened or co-emerging Dakini, such as Vajra Yogini, ordained that the practitioner in her mind the dakini accept that practitioners and the looks after him or her, helping the practitioner on the path to enlightenment and Buddhahood. That's usually occur when the practitioner is very close to reaching enlightenment. There are also practitioners dakini yoginis who are on the path of sacred mantra and have reached a very high level. So this dakini is followed by three different levels. Of course, the highest level is Buddha. Then there have so many different dakinis. And so this dakini, the practitioners practice dakini. And then, so especially the dakini is the practitioners practices like remove obstacles, and the practice is going to like become more right directions. So many reasons the practice these dakinis, the Buddha dakinis. So that's usually just we have so many different kind of dakinis. It's yadam deities, that's one. So then there are also practitioner dakini, yoginis who are on the path of sacred mantra and have reached a very high level. Most have reached the Bodhisattva Pumi, so they are exalted beings. The third type of dakini is ordinary being who hasn't reached high state of realization, but she has the noble marks and the signs of dakini. So then, of course, Bodhisattva dakinis who has realization, not Buddha, but who has realized, and then that can help for other practitioners. So this especially when the practice of Tantra, and the Tantra practitioner is like, Yab and Yom usually talk about male and female bodhisattvas. Is female bodhisattvas has a more strong practicing, and then she can help for male bodhisattvas and kondakas. See, usually the Vajrayana tradition is like we don't talk about bodhisattva, and bodhisattva means like the female bodhisattva, male bodhisattva. Here it's talk about the dakas and dakinis. Dakas means like male bodhisattva, dakini is female bodhisattva. So the Buddhist, the wise we use these words, I think not only who has good intention, compassion, so who recognize the inner like these inner qualities, our wings, channels, and the the drops, they all recognize, they use that one on the practice, using this wing channel drops or this, using that and purify the impure emotion wing channel drops is purifying the use their right direction. So they are on the path, but using different method. Then that's the reason they're called dakas and dakinis. So generally, of course, we call bodhisattvas, female bodhisattvas, male bodhisattvas. That can be like different practitioners. Say Mahayana Sutra tradition, who has a strong compassion, bodhicitta, and of course they have some reach higher level like compassion practice, bodhisattva practice, we call bodhisattvas. But in this one is also in the path, same following, same path, using different method Vajrayana. The using this impure things like transform to the pure. Usually obstacle is take to the path. So of course our wing channels drops. Usually this create, desire, for create some sort of desire, and it becomes strong attached to that fixation that then we are stuck in the samsara. And this dakas dakinis use this wing channel drops and take to the path, use these activities. That's why it's called dakas and dakinis. They're using a little bit different method. And then that time, so female has more practicing, then can help for, darkness can help darkness, and Daki has more higher level practice can help darkness. So they use practice together. So that's the follow the Daka and the darkness. The third type of darkness is ordinary being who hasn't reached high state of realization. The third one is like darkness means like who has special signs, marks, and that is like dakas. Looking for some daka means like who mere practitioners practicing this, like inner our secret level when channel drops using that practicing that need someone like follow together, practicing together darkness. So then this darkness can help even the no high, no any like kind of a practice level of realization, but they have a special science and marks. So the third type of darkness in ordinary being who hasn't reached the highest state of realization, but she has noble marks and the science of darkness. That is some teachings talk about this science marks, and then there's some teachers knows that they see the this darkness who has this science who has marks, they right away recognize. So they recognize their some this Vajrayana practice like this dark and darkness means together, be married together or be together practicing. If darkness she is not high level anything, but she be that together is remove all obstacles on the path. Then who practice on the path, the person is very fast can reach the high level enlightenment. So that's the third type of darkness. Then of course ordinary beings comes together, create emotion each other, created both emotions, create more, causes of samsara. But this is like for special, like who has, of course, like maybe Dakas has has more realized, then he needs someone his practice for more growing. This even this who regular, Dakini, who didn't have realization or anything, but that she can have for that, you know, path to become more successful Dharma activities. Uh, so then this the the regular Dakini, that is correct or not, you can just usually of course in the some tradition we people can recognize that some teachers be with that then become that person's teacher is very successful dharma activities or the realization comes become more successful activity dharma. Some is become decreasing everything lost, so that means that he wrong pick up dakini, and some is become practices very high easily reach and successful, that means that person has good darkness. So that kind of they talk about in uh, the the some in Vajrayana cultural traditions, but usually in the monasteries we don't talk about these things. In the monastery don't teach these things anything. Like who follow along through the dakas and darkness like science marks, they don't talk about these things. Okay. So this is like another practitioners just grow up just like this way. That is a different way of doing. Of course, in the monastery culture, you cannot do this. Like the talk dakas, dakinis who support each other means they cannot stay in the monastery. So even there's good quality practice, but that doesn't matter. You have good quality or practice, then you are already totally different, than this what monastery does. Yeah. So that means this who does this ways, like we cannot say they are bad because they're doing different practicing, different path using, and there can be more fastly enlightenment. There can be benefit more others. So or that can be become lost. everything. That path is more danger, more risk path. Other one is just monastic path is more just balance, no risk path. This path is more risk path. And of course, the really comes like this right ones, they can benefit other beings, they get realization in right way in the lifetimes. So different. There also has like that a lot. So that's always dependent, this who follow this pathway become very successful or become lost everything. So then two things. They cannot be more just stay like regular way. Go up or go down. So that is called secret mantra path. We, as one example is there's a drone you don't know it's there's a the big hole in the one tree has like hollow, and in there you put in the snake in there. Snakes can be all the bottom or you snakes can be top. Snake never can stay in the like middle of the areas. They cannot stuck any part of each areas because all the bottom or have to go up to the top. This have example. So like that, this path is you can reach high or you can go down. Risk path. So then that person look for the darkness. Then darkness also darkness and darkness need darkness. The practice. So then that is like some is like called secret means like no one knows. And the of course mostly this practitioner secret means like no one knows. That's why it's called secret. What they're doing actually is no one knows. Sometimes of course they stay together, married together, but everyone knows. So some is this section like practitioners they say never be together body physically, mentally connecting together. So that's a kind of like always unpredictable. We don't know, okay? So that's part is called darkness and darkness. And see, that is a totally different thing. We talk about Buddha, Dharma, Sangha. Buddha, Dharma, Sangha is usually we talk about this Buddha, Dharma, Sangha, author level practice Buddha, Dharma, Sangha is no risk there, Buddha, take refuge to Dharma, take refuge to Sangha. So this part is like called special part. And then this also this dakas who have realizations, they also need darkness to help them to benefit others. They have lots of stories. So if then some teachers that denied, like the receive the darkness, then there no much benefit others, and then they just life is become sometimes they're like not long life, because life obscurations, dharma obscurations, they're not successful. Many just go and pass away, short life, short life. Many teachers having that. They also have stories. That's the reason they say, oh, that made the darkness, so they denied that, not happening like that. That's the reason they're not successful. So we don't know that. Monastery usually don't talk about these things. Okay, they don't follow this, but this individual, this is called individual practitioners using, not generally Buddhist practitioners using. This is individual practitioners using practice level. So then the actually this practice help for their individual realizations. Then they help each other. Practices become benefit more other beings. So not create become more problems, not become more, causes of suffering. This is all is become causes of happiness. Collaborate each other, benefit each other. So that's this section talking about. And there have a lot of story about the Khenpo Jimmy Pinto too. The Khenpo Jimmy Pinto, he he she is I met him. He's my guru teacher. So many people knows, and he also has lots this in his history biography has a lot this darkness, ask him to be with, and there have a lot of stories, but he denied it all this, the uh, take be with Dakini, use that. He wanted to be only monastic order. So he doesn't want follow the other way. So that reason, Khenpo Jimin Pinto, he told about himself, he said he is during the Pema Sambhava time is also his disciple in there. And he has like some his visions, many this treasure masters he's being previous life, and he come in this life, like benefit others. If he used be with this, accept this darkness, so he has maybe different path, but he can benefit more. He said that he can benefit more, but he just pick up the monastic way. And the reason is one time in his hometown area, there are very special secret mountain in there. That time is I'm not was there. So I went 3 years after that, his place. So the orders his student, everyone knows. That is not just like some few people knows. That is a whole area knows, almost whole country knows what happening there. So there's a sacred mountain, and then Khenpo Jimin Pinto said he is the treasure founder, so he's going to find get the treasure in that place. If he get that treasure, then he can remove lots of obscurations in the world. He can change whole world, become more peaceful and successful, great again. He said he can make great world. And so he said he have to make path to go there, to take all the way dive to car, go into that mountain. And then he going to get this treasure in that mountain. So that mountain is belong to is one king. There, king is of course like Tibet has like many kings. It's right now Tibet is controlled by China, but actually it's like still the area is like there have this original people also who used to like the people stay long term, they has more power. So that's a person is actually Khenpo Jimmy Pinto as friend, and his disciple. He take I think teaching from Khenpo Jimmy Pinto. So he is a king area, and then Khenpo Jimmy Pinto say, "I'm going to make path to all this area and going to get this treasure." So he denied it that king said, "No, you cannot make path to this mountain. It's a sacred mountain. No allowed to do that." So then Khenpo Jimmy Pinto and their disciple went to talk to this guy and where he lives. So he never accept, denied. Then his group is become very strong. Khenpo Jimmy Pinto, another hand, this is disciple also upset. They are very strong. Become this big, a rising both areas, going to fight each other. So then Khenpo Jimmy Pinto has another, student. It's another Tibet area, whole different area, like dive to maybe 1 day, 2 days, different areas. And there's lots of disciples. That area people are very strong and like to fight. Their die is just easy. So they bring this, the volunteer, the just everyone say, okay, I'm going to die for fight this guy who or make obstacle for Kempo Jiminping. So they bring the people to going to fight them. So and then there become big problem create, and there goes like monthly become strong and fighting. So big problems. Then just the Kempo Jiminping to stop his disciples, going to care other part. He said just let go that. He give another chance, like please again, you change your mind. You already broke the Samaya because other king is his disciple. He broke the Samaya, but still we have a chance. If you let me to do that, I can create that treasure. If I get that treasure, I can do in the world. It can see the Buddhist is like whole world recognize what is Buddhist. Whole world is can be changed better. So then they're drawing that, I think, long story there. I don't know all the details. Long story. Then there, of course, the Kempo Jiminping, so they cannot talk together, and other people are going to talk other one, because they have the connections, different ones. They talk. They're not successful. It's always denied it, and then not possible happening that. That is like Kempo Jiminping say, if he talk and the Dakini, he could be he don't have the obscurations. Okay, so this is another hand. So anyway, he didn't get that treasure. So that person denied. When I was there, still the people doesn't want to go to that person's areas, that doesn't like that person. So strong and like each other like upset. So when Kempo Jimmy Pinto he talk teachings, sometimes he say, I'm happy still I'll be like monastic path. I can have so many disciples like holding the Buddha's teachings. Sometimes he upset, I don't know, like kind of like he say like if I do something different, I can show Buddhists. It's a whole world recognize I didn't do good job, something, you get obscurations. So that's he sometimes he tell like that in the teaching time. That's the story, okay? Dakis needs. And then of course lots of story like that. And another treasure founder is Vajakala, a treasure founder. That person is not too far from my hometown, and he looking for found that he has prophesied he have to find the treasure. So the treasure he have to find. So then he need to have somebody in Dakini. So the guy he's shy and he not good talker. He not really not nice. So he telling things harsh for others. He didn't get female Dakinis to help him to find the treasure. So then he did prayers, pujas. Then Achi is arise. Achi Chichidoma. So Achi Chichidoma said, I can have you. So he asked him to ride my horse. So Achi put the he entered the Achi's horse, asked him his close eye. So then he feels like just wind blowing, like so he got to the where he had to get. He found some treasures, but he didn't success for everything because he really needed the ordinary Dakini, not the high realization Dakini. So that's kind of lots of stories. That is like different path Buddhist. Okay. That's it's different than usually, and we follow the philosophy, Buddhist philosophy. So that's the reason Dalai Lama always said that is called special individual practice. Buddhists, general Buddhists, have to follow by Nalanda University philosophers. So he said that is a Buddhist. Everyone have to say this is a Buddhist. We have to follow that. We have to share that. That is generally Buddhist. Other hand, this is a individual special Buddhist practice, not publicly, you know, the doing things. Okay, so that's finished teaching there. Thank you, everyone.
Can we ask questions?
Yes.
Okay. So are you saying that through a relationship, maybe karma mudra type of relationship, some wisdom realization occurs that allows treasures to be found or things to happen that would have been very beneficial?
So you mean the when you found the treasures, the regular, you mean female?
Yeah, I guess I'm wondering how is it that a relationship with a dakini would have.
There's a just I understand your question, but that is like we really don't know. They always individually they have different their need, you know. So there's a different conditions that they need different. So all is different. We really don't know what is their like say or like this. This is kind of organized.
I read this book, The Love and Liberation of Sarah Condro. Do you know this book?
I don't know.
Oh, well, I have lots of questions from that book. They're kind of on this topic.
Actually, I really don't know much about these things, you know. And just share what means darkness and darkness, but then I really don't know the exactly what the kind, you know, signs, marks, and what the purpose like it's individuals like the need. I really don't know, too.
The thing that I think is so interesting or surprising to me is that even with all the help that they get, they still have obstacles. So maybe they're not successful in finding all the dharma treasures they're supposed to find, or you know, like you said, Khenpo Jigme Phuntsho wasn't able to do what might have brought Buddhism to more people. Like it's interesting that they have obstacles of this sort.
Yeah, so that's obstacles. I don't know why. So that's I really don't know anything, you know. That's why I call secret mantra some level. So we don't know, and yeah. So who knows, right? They recognize what they need. They know what they have to do. So we regular people don't know what they need, what they're doing, you know. Sometimes lots they really does crazy things. Sometimes they think just they're doing is like okay, maybe we see okay, but maybe not okay. We think oh they're doing great, but maybe not doing great. Or we think they're doing terrible, but maybe they're doing great. You know, we don't know how they benefiting others. They all is like secret level means our not our perceptions. So sometimes like maybe not much benefit human beings like our regular ways, but they're benefiting many other different, you know, beings. You don't know. We don't know that way, right? Yeah. So that's why it's like generally follow path is called philosophy, you know, Buddhist just generally teaching path. Where of Bodhisattva and there's always called generally path. 17 Pentata scholars wrote all this Buddha's teaching, follow the logic, proving reality nature. That is like just never going to like falling wrong direction and something happening, right? It's not risk anything. But that's right now we're just talking about that we don't know these things. That's all individually different they recognize. So then I share you the Kimbon Jimin Pinzo. He has actually darkened it, but that I saw that lady in there. But Kempo Jimmy Pinto not like just anything like be with, and he denied it. That lady said she's Dakini. He's Dakini. I saw that one. People really strongly believe, respect that one, female one. Then here, she also has another married with another like yogi, and he give it the name is Jimmy Pinto. It's like same as came from Jimmy Pinto's name, you know. That name is Jimmy Pinto too. So I saw both. I meet the both there. They come to sometimes come from Jimmy Pinto place. They cannot stay there. They can come just receive some teachings. They have to go because that place is cannot stay just like regular people, the lay people. And even that's high yogi realization is like Dakinis who is doesn't matter. They cannot stay there. No one can stay there. Well, Cambodia Pinto place. He say only monks and the nuns. So they come there and sometimes, of course, can receive some teachings and one day and they have to go and maybe morning come back somewhere. Sometimes people does like that.
Can I ask a question?
Yes.
It's a different one.
Maryland, think about a lot. I
Yeah.
see Maryland. Cultivate a lot, okay?
Okay. I have a hard time understanding the difference between Sambhogakaya and Nirmanakaya. So if Sambhogakaya is a body of communication, bliss, play of energy, where the enlightened mind manifests the five wisdoms, but the Nirmanakaya is in physical form. Are they not imparting to us the five wisdoms, or do they just have one wisdom?
So that's so many different and outer level, three kaya, inner level, three kaya, secret level, three kayas. Right? It's hard to like, or it's like, you understand. If you know one way, okay, I know three kayas. Then another teaching comes, you don't know what that means. So because it's so many different ways explain these three kayas. So you can be like, example, like you can be innerly, can be three kayas. Your mind is dharma kaya, your speech is sambhona kaya, your body is nirmana kaya. Yeah. So sometimes we share like that with three kayas. Sometimes your mind, natural mind, this is like highest level. Your natural mind, empty, is dharma kaya. Clear, always there, is sambhona kaya. This two is inseparable, is nirmana kaya. This is called the secret level three kayas. Then, okay, inner level three kaya is you can be dharma kaya, sambhona kaya, nirmana kaya. Because if your mind, think about your mind is dharma kaya, your speech is sambhona kaya, your body is nirmana kaya. When you visualize you are Buddha, you recognize yourself as Buddha, yeah? So then usually we talk about outer level three kayas means Buddha Shakyamuni is his own realization. When he achieve his own realize, that realization is Dharmakaya. Then when he give a teaching, we see him Nirmanakaya. Other high realizers see him Sambhonakaya.
And that's where I get confused. So I'm seeing a form. So say Garchen Rinpoche, right? I see his form. So then.
Okay, no, you think just is Nirmanakaya, that's it. Nirmanakaya. Since Buddha Shakyamuni, what we see is Nirmanakaya.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. We don't see Sambhonakaya because like Sambhonakaya means who has realized, they see the Sambhogakaya.
So it's just inside and we don't see it? Inside them?
We don't see means like we see Nirmanakaya, we don't see Sambhogakaya, because the Sambhogakaya is ordinary people seeing Sambhogakaya.
Okay, I'll just be happy with trying to.
I think so.
I think I'll just relax.
Sambhogakaya is like one day if you like get realization, first level Buddhist or something like that, you get realization, you purify maybe some part of obscurations. You see this is all is a pure perception arise, good thing. Then maybe you see Gajina Mochi Sambhogakaya, not Nirmanakaya. So that is one person, but it's up to you, not him, right?
Mm-hmm.
So long as you have obscurations, you see him Nirmanakaya. When you finish his obscurations, you can see him Sambhogakaya. One day you really achieve enlightenment, then you can see him it's Dharmakaya. Okay, like that.
Okay.
Okay, so now anyone has questions?
Yes. When you're visualizing a deity, what are you seeing? Are you seeing Nirmanakaya?
Visualize that is we not talking about the Nirmanakaya, Sambhogakaya. Visualize is like which Buddha we practice. Just that form is we visualize. Mostly this form is like we talk about the Sambhogakaya's body ornament. Okay, so you visualize, maybe think about we practice the Panashavari every morning, right?
Right.
Okay, that's a form body is a Sambhogakaya. So you visualize that, you see that. That's it.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you.
And Kempo, in the Bardo manifestations, are those Sambhogakayas?
Yes. So can be Nirmanakaya too. If you have guru teachers, like maybe you see that in the Pardo, that is Nirmanakaya form. If you practice the Yadam deity, you see in the Pardo that is called Sambhogakaya form.
Kempo, you gave the example once with the crystals like that we have. Wasn't that an example of Nirmanakaya, Sambhogakaya, and Dharmakaya, where we could see like when the crystal was solid, and then like there were the different levels.
I forget that. Actually, I do only one time example, then I don't do again.
Well, it is recorded.
Then that's
it's
gone
recorded.
It's
recorded.
We
it's
have
a
video
YouTube.
recorded.
Yeah, it's on.
So we should put that out. It's on YouTube.
Oh yeah,
okay,
Marilyn,
so
you watched that. What are you talking about?
Well,
So you receive right ear and left go left ear, and then you ask again, you receive right ear and go left ear.
Wait, I have to stand up for Marilyn. I don't remember the exact way either. So that's why we're asking. We have to hear the teachings again and again and again, right? So
then you also did the same thing, Marilyn. You also hear right ear and go left ear. Doesn't matter,
yeah,
Marilyn or Debbie or anyone.
Okay. So Marilyn, we could post that next.
Sure. Yeah.
Post that teaching.
I'll post it with this video. I'll put it in the comments maybe. If I can figure out how to do that. If I can remember.
Okay, I'm going to throw Elvira and David under the bus. They were there too.
So was Mary.
I remember. I remember that the solid glass that had the picture of the deity was the Nirmanakaya. And I remember that the light went through that glass, and we could see the deity perfectly on the other side, but it wasn't there because the glass was here. When the light went through the glass, we could see the deity down there. That was Sambhogakaya, I guess. That's about what I remember.
Okay, so that's good. Remember, Avura.
I have a question.
Tempo, are we
Yes.
projections? Are we
Which one?
deity was projected?
I didn't hear your video. Is my video problem or your video problem or something going?
Okay.
Yes.
Probably me. So, that description of the crystal was like the deity is a projection of light. And we see something empty, just this projection of light in one place, and the source is in a different place. Is that how we are?
Yes.
Where is our true source?
Right now, where is your home? That's the true source. That is the Dharmakaya. I can see you here. It's your Sambhonakaya, Namanakaya.
Okay.
If everyone can see you, we stay in the different state. We can live in different homes. State, everyone can see you, because what everyone seeing is Namanakaya. Okay, you are Dharmakaya there. So then that's also just like same as a crystal example. Right now I'm in here. This is like it's right now here is in exactly it's right in this area. Rome is Dharmakaya, and then you can see everywhere. That's called Namanakaya. So thinking about the moon is in the sky. That is Dharmakaya. Then you put so many the water balls. Each water ball has different moons. So you can have 1,000 water balls. There 1,000. If you have like 1,000 water basket water, clean water. The 1,000 moon in there. Each water has. So that's all. Is Namanakaya. It's come from. It's like Dharmakaya. It's in the sky. Moon is Dharmakaya. Apart to each water bucket has each moon. That is called the manifestation of Dharmakaya. Okay. So where is this moon is come from? Water in the water. Each bucket has a moon. Where is that come from? In the one moon in the sky. So that's manifestation. Then it's become more moons. They change to the upstairs or no, right? Never change. You can have 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, but up sky moon is never change, same. Okay. So I can be here and I can project this video, like maybe 1,000, 2,000 people can see everywhere they live in different countries. That is called manifestation. That is called Sambhonakaya. That is called Namanakaya. Kaya means body. So people seeing that. Maryland is still really deep thinking. Okay, Sandra, do you get or no?
Yeah, I get that. I sometimes think, is the moon a reflection of a projection beyond that? You know, are there layers and layers of projection? Like, because the moon isn't really permanent. Is there a permanent moon somewhere? And is the moon we see the Nirmanakaya of another moon? Like, you know, what I'm trying to say is really, where is our Dharmakaya body?
So you don't have to think about all this 100% example is same is the meaning. The example is only just give you similarity, okay, not 100% exactly same. Otherwise, then the Dharmakaya is more, the Namanakaya or this like reflection moons, right? But this is an example, not 100% examples. Same is follow the meaning. So that is only how to projecting Dharmakaya, how to projecting to the Namanakaya emanations. That is only that part example. So then you're thinking about how to the really moon is permanent, or is Dharmakaya is permanent. Thinking about that, then the moon is cannot be example, okay?
Okay, it's very helpful.
So you need to follow, then study philosophy, and you read the Chandakirti teachings.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, or your economic liberation also great to understand too. Easy, little bit more easy than Chandakirti teaching. Your economic liberation.
This
Okay, thanks everyone. Then anyone has a question or no? What is that? That is a picture.
this is Amitabha, multiple manifestation.
I don't know. That's just make one picture to make many pictures.
But your explanation helps understand, helps me understand.
Okay, I'm kidding you.
Yeah,
Uh,
because Amitabha is
yes,
supposed to
same.
be on everyone's head, right?
Yeah. Yes.
Right. Not one Amitabha, billions of Amitabhas.
Yes. Yes. Billions. You also can be billions too. If you put 1 billion mirrors, you can become 1 billion Sarah, you know. Senda. 1 billion Senda arise. If you use the 1 billion mirrors, or maybe 1 billion people watch you on the you streaming, then Senda is appear to 1 billion. So that's a manifestation become.
So, question, Kempo, with the moon, you said the Dharmakaya and the Nirmanakaya, but what was the Sambhogakaya with that example?
Sambhogakaya, Nirmanakaya is the same, baby.
Okay.
The reflect in the water is the same, but then people seeing different, you know. Same, Sambhogakaya, Nirmanakaya is the same. Then two people comes there, one is a realizer, that's the Sambhogakaya, one is just regular, then that's the Nirmanakaya, but object is the same.
Thank you.
Yes. Nirmanakaya, Sambhogakaya must have to have two people watch them, you know. The one is a realizer, one is just regular. Okay. So when Buddha is talk teaching, when he sit down, he talk teaching, of course the mostly regular disciples see is Nirmanakaya. Then the children, the majority comes there, they see him is Sambhogakaya, but then see is one Buddha there. Then why you say why we don't have two Buddhas there? then this is like incorrect thinking, right? Incorrect debating. So one Buddha is the true disciples seeing different. Buddha not showing that for them, but this due to the disciples' ability. Who has realized that he is Sambhonakaya, who don't have realized here there's just regular, perception, then they see regular beings, then see Namanakaya. Then we cannot say why, because it's just happening like that. Why we see the water is water, why the hungry ghost not see the water? Hungry ghost see the water is something different. You can see your father is father. Yeah, somebody don't see your father is a father. Okay, so think that way. It's like Sambhonakaya, Namanakaya is followed by the person's perception, individual perception.
Okay, so I have another question. At the gathering at Vulture Peak, with all these beings being present for the teaching, are all of the beings able to see each other?
No.
Okay.
Because only the realizers they can see each other. But this who see the Buddha, who see the Buddha is a Sambhonakaya, then that beings like regular people don't see them.
Okay, thank you. That's what I thought. Okay, thank you.
Yeah. They realize that they see each other. So same is like thing about the Pardo beings. Okay, so that's we coming next Saturday, Sunday teaching. So not needed to share again today. So follow like that, okay? Thanks everyone for then. Okay, so have a good evening, and we finish it time more overtime. It's 2 hours already. So
Thank you very much.
Thank you,
Thank
Kempo.
Thank you, Kempo.
thank you. Bye everyone.
Bye-bye.
Bye. See you tomorrow.
Bye.
Tomorrow at 6 o'clock?
Tomorrow at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, and then 6 p.m. 6 to 6:30 for the. We'll start at 6 p.m. for the Eastern Standard Time for the meditation.
For the
Yes,
meditation.
and teachings. Yeah. Mhm.
Well,
Thanks,
see you
Deb.
tomorrow. No problem.
Bye.
Let's all dedicate the merit from these beautiful teachings, the giving and both and the receiving to achieve the purposes of all our teachers and to benefit everyone. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you, Elvira. Thank you.
Sure.
Thanks for sharing that.